What's up, y'all? Rich Slaton here with another best of 5 on my channel. This is a fun one, Pompeyo and Wallace in a duel mode battle. More on that in just a minute. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment of who you want to see go head-to-head in a future video, and of course, don't forget to use code RICH in the Supercell shop for all your needs. New season, new battle pass, code RICH, support me, and if you don't support me, support somebody. Use a code. It's super cool to do. So let's get started, guys. This is a fun one. Like I said, on one side we have Chivas Esports Pompeyo, the ladder god, back on top now with a #1 finish on ladder in the most recent season a few days ago. Great job, congrats to him. On the other side, Wallace of Pain Gaming, who just finished #4 in the world, and particularly Wallace was great, a huge performance, went 7-1 personally against Nova Esports to carry his squad through to the semifinals, so very well done for Wallace. They're going to do a best of 5 duel mode battle, meaning that they cannot repeat any cards in any decks, just like the Clan Wars 2 duel mode. We're doing that as the competitive format here. A lot of fun, lots of deck variants. Let's go ahead and jump right on into the action. Pompeyo and Wallace in a duel. Let's go. Now, as you might notice, this is in the replay mode rather than in the mode that you might have expected, which is seeing it live. Why? Well, because my computer ran out of space the first time we recorded this, so I still have the replays. We're going to go ahead and do this match. It's a whole lot of fun, and as I said before, you'll see a pretty wide deck variance because of the duel mode, which I've said many times I think is the mode that will help elevate the next level of Clash Royale competitive scene into a whole new thing that I'm really pumped about. So here we go. Going to be Royal Giant up against Ram Rider. This is going to be a tough one for Wallace the whole way through. Lots of answers for Pompeyo, the Cannon Cart, the Fisherman, of course the Hunter. Lots of ways to control and DPS down the Royal Giant, and of course that Ram Rider to slow the Royal Giant as well. So this is a good matchup, it looks like, for Pompeyo, opening these ones up. You have the barrel to the right-hand side, working on the 6-man, Ice Wizard down low. Now, I'll be frank, I'll be honest that when I first saw this match live, and of course we didn't see the cards that were in the hand of each player, I thought this was Graveyard the whole way through, and I bet you Pompeyo maybe was thinking Graveyard as well. Notice that Wallace hasn't played the Royal Giant yet, hasn't played the Earthquake yet, so I bet you Pompeyo thought it was Graveyard the whole way up until about this moment where we're about to see a Royal Giant come out. 510 left-hand side, 1869 on the right-hand side, 90 seconds left in regulation play. And Fisherman goes to the left, Knight to the right. Wallace way behind, but not out of it. No big spell for Pompeyo, and that's really important. Pompeyo has to either get on tower or get a ton of chip. Now, he does have that Magic Archer, so the opportunity for piercing damage really big there for Pompeyo. Cannon Cart comes through. This is what did all the damage the first time around. Bomb Tower down to hold up, and it does prevent all the damage there. Good job by Wallace to hold on here with 53 seconds left. And this is where I thought it was going to be a Graveyard. But no, Wallace goes Royal Giant. And this is where I was kind of surprised by it. But Graveyard did just get a nerf. I mean, the nerfs are out today at the time of this recording. Will be yesterday by the time you guys see this one. Baby Dragon to the left-hand side, Magic Archer high. And look at that, Fisherman's going to line up that Barb Barrel perfectly for a few Magic Archer shots. Now Wallace is in real trouble. 177 left. It will not take a lot to drop that tower on the left-hand side. High Bomb Tower in the middle. Kind of feeding that Bomb Tower to the Magic Archer here a little bit is Wallace, but uses that NATO to pull everything together. Still, Magic Archer alive and giving Wallace a lot of trouble. Ram Rider in. Nice Barb Barrel to take the Heal Spirit off, and back to the Bomb Tower is the Brazilian. 3 seconds left. Magic Archer not going to get geometry here. Wonder if there was a shot available for Pompeyo to actually get on tower in that moment with a little different angle on that Baby Dragon. Hunter to try to protect the Magic Archer, doesn't get it done. Ram Rider in, Ice Wizard trying to slow things down enough. NATO Bomb Tower, and that will pick up everything. Heal Spirit tries to get the Cannon Cart on tower, and it wasn't even about the Ram Rider, really. That was about the Cannon Cart. Doesn't happen, but look at that. Opportunistic Magic Archer. That's a GG. That's a well played. And that's a nice Game 1 win for Pompeyo. Very, very well done for Pompeyo, and As you'll see throughout all these graphics, not a lot of matchup data available in any of these because, of course, these matchups aren't really well-known matchups because they are all based on the duel mode. So we're not going to see a whole lot of stuff that we know already, that we're familiar with, that we see a ton, but maybe as we get more into duel mode in the competitive scene, we'll see some more data on matchups like this one. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. It is Pompeyo up 1 at the moment against his opponent. So game number 2, and you can see on the screen now that we're keeping track of the decks we've used so far. Keep an eye out on the fact that Pompeyo didn't use a single big spell, and Wallace has already used Earthquake and Tornado, so both of those unavailable. A lot of really key central cards out for both of these players. But that was a good timing for Pompeyo to go with his Fisherman Hunter combination. Good control there against the Royal Giant. And in that last one, of course, there were no buildings, so the Earthquake didn't get played by Wallace. And now both players taking their time to stall out, and we can see here it's Goblin Giant Sparky for Pompeyo, Wallace playing Lava Hound. Mega Minion to the left, Sparky in response. Goblin Giant did just get a pretty significant nerf, and I'm wondering if it's going to make Goblin Giant much more popular. Yes, Sparky did have that shot slow in the previous balance update, but look at that. Rage in and Electro Spirit behind. Sparky does not get splash damage on tower. It doesn't matter, though. Look at how much Wallace has to commit to keeping that Sparky, while that Goblin Giant just goes ham on that left-hand tower. Wallace, though, going to get some good damage back. A lot of belches from the Skeleton Dragons, Barbarians in deep. And that Skeleton Dragon staying on there for a long time as the Barbs come in and tank. So just like that, 1470 to 1339. Not much separating these two, with the first half of regulation play already having passed. Mega Minion takes a swipe, and just like that, Wallace is in the lead here for the moment. He is running arrows, not a great target for arrows anywhere on the board. Sparky to the right-hand side. And setting up Flying Machine is Wallace, Goblin Giant down, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. behind it. And that's what makes, I mean, look, this is a combination that's dastardly to begin with. And again, look at that. You see the Barbs coming down a little bit late for the Mini P.E.K.K.A., and Mini P.E.K.K.A. just goes, gets those free pancakes off the tower on the right-hand side, and now a lot of trouble for Wallace. Does have some stuff on the board, and that Dark Prince maybe played a half step high, going to let that Flying Machine stay on the board, and now it's Wallace going left-hand lane with that Lava Hound. Flying Machine will get some decent damage on the right while this Lava Hound works on the left. Wallace has to worry both about this Goblin Giant and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. while still making a push on the left-hand side. Arrows in, that's nice actually work with the arrows, but will this Mini P.E.K.K.A. get away? And the Mini P.E.K.K.A. does. Look at that, the Goblin Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A. combination shreds the left-hand tower just as Wallace takes the left-hand tower as well, and that's going to be a GG. Pompeyo certainly in good form coming off that #1 finish. And that's a nice win here. And that Goblin Giant Sparky deck wasn't really so much about dual lane pressure, it was about like multi-level pressure. With the Goblin Giant creating pressure and then having to worry about the Sparky behind the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Rage. And again, you see some interesting decks pop out when you're doing dual mode here. It does change things just a little bit because you have to balance out how you spend those cards. We're going to go ahead and jump into Game 4 here in just one moment. Or Game 3, not Game 4. Here we go. Game 3. And you can see Pompeyo looking like he might be running the Pompeyo deck. Miner, Inferno Dragon, Zap. Wallace running Royal Hogs. And look at this, double ball from Wallace. Snowball, Fireball, and Archers. So already lots of answers to Pompeyo's favorite deck. And this is a good call. Look at what Pompeyo's played so far, right? So Wallace is looking at the cards he's seen so far. He knows he can't see any of them. This is a good time to go ahead and bet that you're going up against Balloon. And he's playing a deck that can play well against Balloon, can also play well against Graveyard to a certain degree with both the Valkyrie and the Archers. Of course, not running Poison, but still Valk and Archers, especially with that slower initial spawn of the Graveyard, would have given him a pretty solid matchup situation, I think. So, but this is maybe even better. Snowball, Fireball to knock back that balloon. Archers and the Musketeer to DPS it down. And, of course, we already saw the Mortar. So, Mortar Hogs, double knockback. Good situation for the Brazilian. Pompeyo goes into the left. Doesn't get much out of it. 1955 remaining on Pompeyo's right-hand tower. Has not done much to Wallace's right-hand tower. As we pass the midway point of regulation time. First 90 seconds away, Pompeyo sets up Inferno Dragon on the right. He either has to get a great prediction or hope that Wallace makes a mistake. It feels like in this one. Snowball sets the Mega Minion back a little bit. Valkyrie to the outside. Maybe trying to get ahead of a potential miner. Musketeer right to the inside. Oh, and look at that. Pompeyo goes for the prediction zap on the skeletons. Wallace drops them just a step behind and keeps the Musketeer alive. So good thought by Pompeyo, what we were talking about. Needed to get that prediction to try to break his way through. But Wallace one step ahead there, drops the skeletons late, still gets the miner off the board and keeps the Musketeer there, and avoiding that prediction. Miner goes into the archers on the inside. And just look at the amount of responses that Wallace has here is great. Because look, he has Snowball and Cycle. Boom. Snowball pushes that back. Great, great play. You know, one thing I like about duel mode is it reduces the randomness of matchup. Yes, you still have matchup being a factor, but you have matchup with information, right? You're not just playing and going, hey, I wonder what they're going to do. I hope that this gets lucky. You're not banning cards, right? You're not getting cards out of the game entirely. Which, you know, even then, with 100+ cards, how much does a single ban really reduce matchup randomness, right? So this is interesting, and this is a good choice in game number 3 of Wallace to go with a deck that had good responses to 2 win conditions he hadn't seen yet. Balloon, which you expect Pompeyo to play, and Graveyard, which, while it might have been nerfed, was insanely popular over the course of the last, I don't know how many metas, but especially the World Finals meta, where it was a lot of the decks, let's put it that way. 727 to 1246, right-hand lane, 90 seconds left. And just look at all the protection that he's given to this mortar on the right-hand side. This mortar's doing a lot of work. Piggy's in. And look at the elixir advantage right now. Pompeyo's getting some good tankage in on these counter pushes, but it doesn't seem to matter. It seems like he's able, with having so much ability to control on the ground, plus ability to DPS down the balloon up high. Even when Pompeyo's getting 3 tanks across the bridge between the Ice Golem, the Mega Minion, and the Goblin Brawler, it just hasn't been enough. And trying to get, look at that, trying to get the mortar off the board is Pompeyo, but just too much. The Valkyrie and the Musketeer take the miner off too quickly, the mortar survives, and Pompeyo just cannot break through. 28 seconds left. Now this is an opportunity. He needs to get this miner out of here. Skeletons surround. Does he have another cage back and cycle? Cage is there. Can he get to it? Snowball on the cage. But again, that Inferno Dragon's too high right now for the archers are just working on it. Fireball in. Miner trying to do something here. Zap for the archers, but the miner doesn't retarget the archers. And there you go. GG. Well played. Wallace takes game number 3 in this one. So that's a good recovery, a good comeback by Wallace to extend our gameplay just a little bit longer here. And we're going to go into game number 4. No time to waste. Let's go ahead and do it. Game number 4. And this time, it's Pompeyo going Graveyard against Wallace with the bait deck. Wallace running bait with Rocket. Dart Goblin, Princess, Log. and the Goblin Gang. So we'll see how well he holds up against Graveyard here. 2:35 left. Princess far side, first Graveyard in early from Pompeyo, and Pompeyo forced to spend the poison way on the inside to work on that Princess, which means Goblin Gang easily defends the Graveyard. Now you have a Prince and a Gang going the opposite direction. Bar Barrel cleans that up, but now Bar Barrel not in cycle. Nice opening sequence for Wallace. Well defended and well countered. Rascals as well. So lots of places that Pompeyo's going to need to use the poison. And lots of ways for Wallace to spread and stagger troops into his Graveyard defense. And it seems like he'll never be caught out with something that can't respond at all. The question is, how well does he get Pompeyo to use his poison in other places? Extending the lead right now is Wallace, 1648. Log will add some. I don't know if Pompeyo's going to try to protect this Musketeer, decides not to. One-shot Musketeer will go down at the bridge. Wallace cycles his Princess to the left-hand side. Princess does turn back for the Graveyard a little bit. Dart Goblin working as well, steps up, and now Pompeyo drops the late poison. But that late poison not going to do as much. Still might be enough to get him close. But now he has to deal with a Princess on the board as well. And a good log out of Wallace. Nice log, and that's going to be a Princess just going to town on that left-hand side, requiring more expenditure. And he is just putting the pressure on. Bar Barrel in. $50 seconds left. Here we are in double elixir time. The longer this goes without Wallace adding to a lead, the more difficult this could be in the later moments. And that was good timing on the Dart Goblin. But the bomb tower does not stay targeted into the center. Instead, or into the pushing troops, instead goes and takes the Dart Goblin off. If it had stayed with the Prince, that might have been better for Wallace. Easy read there by Pompeyo on the left-hand side. Both the Rascal Girls turn towards the Baby Dragon, so forcing the Gang out. That was nice for Pompeyo, but now Wallace puts the Prince in front of the Princess. It's a royal combination on the left-hand side. Log is available, so he will clean off. Bar Barrel gets some more work done, but Princess adding to that lead right now. Going to be just under 1,000 HP, 918 left-hand side. Wallace goes in, Graveyard on the right. Dart Goblin low, cleaning up the skeletons. Rascals high to work on defense against the Baby Dragon. And Rocket Cycle for Wallace. Is this a little early for Rocket Cycle out of the Brazilian? He did have the elixir advantage, but with the way he's been playing defense, and the fact that it's not triple yet, I would have almost wanted to get one more good push on the left before I cycled that rocket. And so no, Spell Cycle is going to be the game plan for Wallace here. Puts the log down. Log now not available on defense against the Graveyard, and I think the Pompeyo sees an opportunity. Has to bomb tower, and able to clean it up though because they all go to the same side. Not going for the surround that time is Wallace, and now Graveyard is in with the Baby Dragon. Rocket and Log on the left-hand side. The Rocket and Log aren't going to be enough, and oh my gosh! Pompeyo by 34 HP. Wallace maybe going with the damage ratings from ladder rather than from competitive. And oh my word, a 34 HP finish. Wow, absolute wow. What a great ending that was. Let's go ahead and take a look at this replay. The final moments here, and you see the Goblin Barrel going on the left-hand side, Bar Barrel in response, and Wallace has already started that spell cycle. And I thought the spell cycle was a little bit early, but we're going to go ahead and take a look on the left-hand side, as I believe it's coming up very soon here. Musketeer on the left-hand lane to support. It's going to go ahead and work on that Rascal, and going to work on the Princess. Log not going to get the Musketeer. Oh, yeah, not quite going to get that Musketeer. So a second Princess comes down on the left-hand side. Two Princesses down, will get the Musketeer out of the way and have one left to pressure on that left-hand side. But I think Pompeyo kind of read what I did, which was that that rocket might have been a bit of an overcommitment. Rascal comes in high to try to stop any sort of tank from getting across the bridge, setting the line, as we often say. And that bar barrel, rather than surrounding, the goblin barrel, rather than surrounding on the left-hand side, goes to that upper inside corner, so Bomb Tower able to counter it all by itself. And Pompeyo smells blood in the water. That baby dragon stays alive way too long. And now Wallace goes log rocket, maybe hoping the princess would get on tower in time, but the bar barrel is there. Princess is not going to do it, 34 HP, and that was just really, really good recognition overall by Pompeyo to go ahead and take the win in our great best of, well, the transition was taking a little time, to take the win here in that great best of 5, 3-1 win for Pompeyo. So ladder champion and now Rich Slaton champion for our fun little best of 5 in duel mode. I hope you like duel mode. I think duel mode is great and opens up a lot of interesting, compelling opportunities for both the players to make good choices and have better information as they go deeper into a game, and also for us as viewers to go ahead and take a look at things and kind of think about what they might do. From a commentator standpoint, it's really cool. We can go, okay, well, they played this, this, and this. They have this left. What might they play here? What makes sense? So I love duel mode for competitive. And of course, there's the All-Stars tournament that'll be happening next week that's going to be in duel mode as well, which is very, very exciting. I'll be casting that. I hope you enjoyed that. Of course, if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video. Tell me in the comments, as I said before, who else you want to see go head-to-head. I'm going to be doing duel mode content primarily for my best of 5s here. It's interesting. I think it's the future of Clash Royale, in my opinion, from a competitive standpoint. And so we'll be doing a bunch of these here on the channel. So leave a comment. Who else do you want to see in a duel mode? What decks do you think are going to pop up more because of duel, right? What shifts might happen in a meta where you cannot repeat cards in a match between two players? I think that's really interesting stuff. So again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave that comment, and of course, use the code RICH in your Supercell shop for all your purchases. And come back here soon for my place, this place, my channel. I'm Rich Slaton, and this is the best place for Clash Royale esports.